Hi all, Brenden Boudreau with Hoosier Gun Rights here. Just want to provide you a quick update on what happened today with House Bill 1369, Representative Smalt's so-called constitutional carry bill, which he has since watered down. And we've been expressing to you the three main issues that we have with the bill. Number one, the database, the blank check authorization for state agencies to create a super database that combines a whole bunch of different databases and in the name of getting law enforcement officers the information that they need. And what we've expressed here is that there's all sorts of due process concerns. There's privacy concerns. There's civil liberty concerns. There's also the concern of basically turning every traffic stop into a situation where a background check is run on them. Keep in mind, law enforcement is able to get the information that is relevant that we're talking about here. What we're talking about is creating a super database where law enforcement officers would have it at their fingertips. And while that sounds well and good, there are all sorts of privacy issues, concerns for abuse with such a system existing. And the truth is that law enforcement already has the ability to access this information when it is relevant to the situation, not on demand. So that's number one. Number two is the effective date being punted to March of next year, which we are just adamantly opposed to doing that. No constitutional carry state has ever delayed implementation of constitutional carry for that long. This was just a bad amendment that was meant to try to placate people who are opposed to the bill. And we believe that, as was heard in testimony, that there's no reason to punt it this far, especially with permits taking over a month to process in Indiana right now. So people are being denied their rights, and this bill is being pushed as a solution to that, but instead now we're saying that no one is going to be able to see the benefits of it until next year. And finally, expanding constitutional carry to DNR property. If we're going to truly change the name of the permit to a reciprocity permit, it actually has to be a reciprocity permit, not a reciprocity/state park carry permit. Representative John Jacob, our bill sponsor of constitutional carry bill, House Bill 1289, offered these amendments on the amendment to remove the database language from the bill. That failed with only 11 voting against it. Along with Representative Jacob were three other Republicans voting with him: Representative Kurt Nisley, Representative Chris Jeter, and Representative Zach Payne. And I want to thank all four of them for voting for this amendment. It was not an easy vote, with Republican leadership breathing down their necks, and telling them to all get in line. You can't go against leadership on this one. They stood strong. And there were also 7 Democrats who also voted for the amendment rather. On the amendment to move the effective date back to what it was originally in House Bill 1369 to July 1st of 2021. Only 2 state representatives voted for that amendment: Representative John Jacob and Representative Kurt Nisley. Sadly, Republican leadership clearly spooked the rest of the Republicans, and the Democrats weren't going to vote for it, certainly not. Spooked the rest of the Republicans to get in line. And finally, on the DNR amendment, the Republican leadership clearly was trying to protect their weak members and pulled a procedural move, claiming that I won't bore you with the details on it, that our amendment was ruled out of order because of bill pending. That basically says that, well, since there's already a bill that has similar language in it, you can't offer this as an amendment, which is just nonsense. It's not how the rule reads. This is what Republican leadership does. This is what they do. They abuse the rules to protect their weakest members in the caucus. They do it to silence conservatives and pro-gun activists, and they do it to just ram through whatever they want. It's frustrating. I'm frustrated, but ultimately, this is one of the games they get to play. Now, it's our turn. We get to hold those accountable for pulling these antics, and there'll be a time for that. But right now, let's just say the good news here. The only reason why they're advancing a bill with constitutional carry language in it is because of you, because of the years of pressure that you've put on your elected officials to do something bold on gun rights. And we'll see what comes through the Senate. We've got a lot of work to do over there still to try to clean up this bill, but we've gotten far because of your activism. Don't let the politicians take the credit for it. This is all because of gun rights activists like you, who have been holding their feet to the fire to pass constitutional carry, to finally join now the 18 other states that have constitutional carry laws on the books. With Republican supermajorities and a Republican governor in Indiana, there's no reason why Indiana shouldn't be a constitutional carry state. And it's sad that it's taken this long. And it's sad that they're deciding to water down the bill instead of taking bold leadership on this issue and passing a clean bill. So we're going to keep working on it to try to get a clean bill. So stay involved, stay tuned. I appreciate all the calls and emails that you all have been sending. It may have seemed like our messages weren't getting through this time, but frankly, if you weren't contacting them, they would have watered this bill down even more. They took a few nibbles out of it, and we aren't happy with that. But if you don't keep the pressure on them, they will be apt to compromise more. Like I said, Republican leadership exists to protect their weakest members and to try to keep conservatives in line, and pro-gun legislators in line. They exist to protect their weakest members. They want to be able to pass a bill that even the anti-gun members of their caucus who would not vote for a strong bill will vote for a weaker bill because they know that they can't be anti-gun in their safe Republican seats. So this is just politics, and we got to stay involved. We got to hold them accountable. So thank you all. I'm going to get back on the road here to get home. I'll keep you informed on what happens next week. We expect 1369 to pass out of the House next week, and then we'll be over in the Senate and try to clean it up over there. Thank you all.